Okay? No headbutt, not the growing, no back, okay? Always obey my command. That's gloves.
My goodness, look how the Tower of Power, the human skyscraper, Peter Buist dwarves Nastюkhin. Buist 190 centimeters, 6'3" in the old language, 177 centimeters Nastюkhin, or 5'9".
Ready? Ready?
Power advantage
Ready?
though,
Go!
Nastюkhin. First round finisher, Nastюkhin. But both men with incredible finishing rates. The intensity from the stare down you saw from Nastюkhin, he could make Coffee nervous. Good round kick early on, those long legs of Buist. The Dutch kickboxing, it's reliant on thumping leg kicks, Western boxing, and most of all, volume. Good inside leg check there from Buist. Nastюkhin slugs early, overhand right. Gotta watch the overhand right and the left hooks of Timofey Nastюkhin. Front kick there from Peter. Thought about the inside leg kick, fires another front kick. Timofey catches it, didn't get the counter off.
It's a lot of power coming from Nastюkhin early. You can see his lats are just gigantic. It looks like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
You wonder here if Peter Buist is working to time a knee, waiting for Timofey to explode in and drill that rising knee to the jaw. There's the lift hook again from Timofey. Buist cannot be flat-footed against Nastюkhin. Eddie Alvarez made that mistake. Cannot allow Nastюkhin to back him up against the wall here.
Yeah, that's what Timofey's trying to do. He's trying to push him up against that fence and let go of those monstrous hands. But Buist is doing a good job of keeping his hands nice and tight and deflecting a lot of these shots. He knows just how dangerous Nastюkhin is.
A win here could propel either man to top contender in this most stacked division. You do sense that Nastюkhin has respect for Buist. He's aware of the ability of Buist in all areas, particularly in the counter-striking of the beanpole Dutchman. Outside leg kick there from Peter. Circles off counterclockwise. He'll try and stay away from that power side, the right side of Timofey. Timofey looking to cut off the movement of the Dutchman. The Dutch have been renowned in history as the best kickboxers in the world. So many great K1 champions over the years. Semi Schilt and Peter Ertz and Remy Bonjaski, Ernesto Hoost, Andy Sauer, list goes on. When it comes to the striking, nobody does it better in kickboxing than the Dutch. Inside leg kick from Timofey. Catch and counter there from Timofey. As always, Nastюkhin looking ripped, stripped and striated. A Christmas tree on the back there, that deltoids like a bunch of bananas. Tremendous shape.
You can see Timofey's trying to time that knee. He's trying to catch that knee and then come over the top with that big right hand. He knows that Buist has got a lot of weapons, and he's trying to figure out the timing of him right now. Monstrous punches coming from Timofey.
It looks like Timofey's drilled one particular technique in training to catch the kicking leg and then counter. At the moment, just hasn't got the distance, but he'll edge forward, he'll inch up, he'll get there. Overhand right, nice counter. On the balls of his feet, Timofey looks to check the low kick, does Buist, and just a warning for the low blow there. Accidental, of course, from Timofey Nastюkhin. 120 remains, and Mitch, I am on the edge of my seat for this one. I've got goosebumps just thinking about what could happen and watching it go down.
See, that force came with it that time. He was able to catch the kick, march forward, throw that right hand. There was so much force behind it that Buist went to his back. Buist is dangerous in his guard, but you can see Nastюkhin circled around, now has side control.
Well, being on the ground doesn't negate the height advantage that Peter has. Side control here for Nastюkhin, trying to pin that right arm. Couldn't pin it though. Looking to control the posture here is Peter Buist. 45 seconds on the clock, first round of 3.
Buist is a very good jiu-jitsu player, and a lot of times he gets very comfortable on his back. He needs to be a little bit more urgent and get back up to his feet, because Nastюkhin is going to try to drop those hammers on him.
Nastюkhin, 2014 Fila Pancration champion. Picks him up, puts him down. Up on both knees here. Posting up with the right arm momentarily, Peter Buist.
Good seatbelt position by Nastюkhin as he works around to the side, trying to get ready to throw those knees to the head of Buist. Buist he has to work his way back up. He can't end this round in this bad position like this. He's got to separate those hands, work his way back up to his feet.
End of the round, we go to the towels. Folks, let us know how you score it wherever you're watching around the world. On Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Give us a follow at One Championship Dragon. Intriguing opening round. Really, just the tension here between these two and the urgency from Nastюkhin is palpable.
Yeah, you can see it. He's trying to catch that kick, throw that big right hand. But that first round was all about the aggression coming from Timofey Nastюkhin. He definitely kept that pressure on Peter Buist, trying to pin him up against the fence and then let go with those hands. Good game plan so far from Timofey Nastюkhin.
But look how relaxed Buist is in his corner. Nodding at his trainer, composed, almost a zen-like state for Buist. Sometimes you think Peter Buist is up against it. He's under attack, but then he just pulls out a knee or an elbow or a high kick and he turns the tide or finishes his opponent. You know, in Holland, Muay Thai is classified in classes. When you start off your career, you're really in the lower class. The best class of Muay Thai athlete in Holland, the best kickboxers are A class. And that's what Peter Buist is. He is A class. He's Dutch champion A class in Muay Thai. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah, Michael, he's had over 100 kickboxing matches in Holland. He is so experienced on his feet, and he's very good off his back. But he's got to pick things up a little bit because Timofey is going to do this for 15 minutes. He's going to keep that pressure on him.
Obviously, he's brought the transition to mixed martial arts so well from his kickboxing and Muay Thai. Mitch, what does that require, and how does Buist do it so well?
He's just so composed. It's his mindset. It's his belief inside of himself that he truly believes he can do anything. He is truly blessed. And talking to him, you start to feel it too. You believe his confidence, his swagger that he has.
Plenty of movement here from Nastюkhin. He is throwing first. He is the aggressor. Buist may be buying his time. Maybe wants to draw Timofey into deep water of the third round, hoping that Timofey will gas out. But it's a big risk if indeed that's what Buist is doing. Jab there from Nastюkhin to the overhand right, catches that leg, tries to drop down and falls hammer off the right hand there. Long legs keeping Timofey at bay. 3:30 remains, second round of 3.
Easy past the guard, just through the legs to the side. But good transition by Buist to attack that single and then press him up against the wall.
He took those hammer fist strikes from Nastюkhin like they were nothing. Back up to their feet here. Nastюkhin glancing up at the big screen to gauge how much time is left. Now, just have a listen here. Is Nastюkhin starting to blow heavy? The heavy breathing you're hearing in this very quiet arena, closed door event, of course, inside the massive Singapore Indoor Stadium. The heavy breathing is Nastюkhin's.
You know, inside the global rule set, we do not judge round by round. We judge the match on its entirety. So this is, I mean, at any point you can change the complexion of this match, but you can see Timofey's not really slowing down.
Mitch, does that maybe tell you that Peter believes he can finish Timofey Nastюkhin, a tired Nastюkhin in the third?
That very well could be it. I mean, I was speaking to him earlier this week, and he spoke very specifically about taking Nastюkhin into deep water, trying to get him into that third round, wearing him out, and then taking advantage of that.
Nastюkhin's beaten so many great opponents. Of course, the knockout of Eddie Alvarez, win over Amir Khan, over Koji Ando. The list goes on. Edward Folaying, of course. They share that common opponent. Wrist control here from Timofey Nastюkhin. Half guard position, top position. Good curling into the knuckles off the right hand from Nastюkhin. Buist working off his back. Going to get mounted? No. Gives up his back here to Nastюkhin. That could be dangerous. We saw Nastюkhin ragdoll him in the previous round.
Oh, that's a much more energy economical takedown that he used. Outside trip, gets Baust back onto his back. In the first round, he was picking him up, trying to take him